Hey, how's it going? Uh, so I was going to experiment with something with ChatGPT today. In the program I'm writing, I was actually going to use ChatGPT to do some natural language processing. And I was doing some math, and I was like, you know, it's not really the cost, it's the cost of the user experience for me at the moment, which is every API call to OpenAI, it's variable on how fast it responds. It can be fast sometimes, but what I was trying to do with my natural language query was uh, parse out a kind of like a sentence structure of like a sentence with a location in some sort of like distance to another location, right? Like a Starbucks near a Costco, a gas station near a highway. And I wanted ChatGPT to help break this down into something more machine readable for me. Well, it can. I mean, I got it to do what I wanted to do. But it got me to thinking of, could I write a parser that understood how to break down that query, right? Because humans can write a query and some complexity, but if I made like a small query language that was just more natural language to say like, find me Starbucks near a Costco, well, I could parse that out. Like that's not that complex, right? That's a regex, right? And a good example of this is in Ruby. I think it's called Chronic. Yeah. There's a library in Ruby called Chronic that actually like supports kind of like natural language parsing of, here, I'll make this a little bigger, of dates, times, right? And it can do very complex things. And, this is literally just a parser with regexes and tokens and stuff. And I'm like, well, okay, like maybe I can do this. This is a very specific subset of a language, but maybe I can build something generic or find what the subset of my language would be for what I'm trying to do. So I was going to use ChatGPT to do that. And I was just going to experiment with ChatGPT, and I was going to just record my experimentation. So, here, I can make this a little bigger too. Okay, great. So, I'm just going to interact with ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT 4. I do have a pro account. So I, at least have some good features that I can use. So what I'm going to say is, I am trying to develop a natural language parser for queries that would be about locations relative to other locations. For example, find all Starbucks within walking distance of a library. Find Costco near a town hall within 2 kilometers of a town hall. Let's fix some of these grammar errors here. So, I would like to come up with several more examples that reflect distances and locations in a different natural language requests. Can you help me come up with 10 distinct ones? Each different from each other. Let's see what happens. Okay, so locate all shopping malls within 5-mile radius of a nearest amusement park. Identify restaurants offering Italian cuisine not more than 10 minutes drive from any university campus. Show all hospitals accessible by public transport within 30 minutes from senior living. Locate all spas situated in quiet neighborhoods within walking distance to public gardens or parks. Okay, I mean, that's a good start. Some of those get really specific, especially about the public transport, but that's still doable. Remove remove references about the type of transport. We want to. I cannot work with ambiguous types of transport. I'm actually. I need to change those to be comparable distances in kilometers. For example, a short walking distance is a mile. A short car ride is 10 minutes, but let's say 5 to 10 miles. Let's say 5 to 10 miles. Can you convert the above to have both your original type of transport and a converted, and then it converted to a distance? The reason for this is I wanted to see how they compare, right? Like, here's a natural language one, here's one about distance. Okay, that's not really what I was asking for. I was hoping for like original and modified, not kind of them squished together. That's okay. Actually, that's not okay. Let's be more clear. Can you convert the above and show the original example that you have and then the converted example with just the distance? Okay, cool. So these are good. I like this conversion here. So the problem is how do you extract out that someone's looking for a hotel that is a distance from a attraction, right? Yes. Is this conversation helpful so far? Yes. Let's give it a little thumbs up. Then, since I am trying to build my own parser for the examples above, I'm trying to figure out if there is a regex, or in my preference, Regal machine that could parse out the locations and the distance. The important thing to identify here is these are just examples and could be any type of location or distance for the parser. Really, I'm trying to build something like Ruby's Chronic, but for in the style above. Let's see if it works. I gave it Ruby. It's an interesting challenge. Since you refer Regal over other expressions, let's explore how you might approach this conceptual. Identify key components. Define pattern. Okay, well that's just an explanation about what Regal does. If you haven't used Regal, it's very powerful. It takes a little understanding of how to use it because of the type of parser that it is, which I don't remember offhand what it is. It's like non-recursive. But I've used it in some projects to parse things, and it's beautiful once it makes sense. Begin with the basic state machine. Location within distance of location. Incremental development. Well, I mean, location within distance of location. I was hoping it would give me something a little more in depth. Are you able to make a Regal machine or regex based on your examples explicitly? Let's see if we can get more complex. So that's for an explicitly defined list of things. That's not necessarily for just implicit. Is it possible to do this for an implicit list? Ooh, not simplicity. Implicit list of locations rather than a pre-defined list. I just kind of had an idea. I do know what the list of things that you could search for is ahead of time. The only issue is it would be a very large list of things. Like a very, very large list of things. Leveraging surrounding text to infer whether a capture group is likely a location. Yeah. Natural language processing for more sophisticated integrating NLP techniques might be necessary. Tools like Spacey are more suited. Are there tools in Golang for NLP that could be used? Unfortunately, the list of things that I could use are not just locations. They're also names of places. Like a Starbucks is not just a location, it's the name of a location, right? It's not just a coffee shop. So having to use that list, it would be probably a list of millions of different things. And writing a regular expression or Regal parser for that, literally that would be, it would be huge. It would just be stupid huge. Bing fire. Oh, blink fire. Oh, but by Microsoft, so that's why I saw Bing. Oh, but it's using BERT? Wow. Text to words. Python example, C# example, TypeScript example, Rust and Ruby wrapper. I'm not looking to identify a language. The only issue that I have with potentially some of these things, besides them not existing because ChatGPT might be hallucinating or they're just retired, is the performance. How fast are these natural language processing? I don't want to pay for Medium and I don't want to log in. Tokenizing. Pros includes a tokenizer capable of processing modern text, including non-word character spans. So it's able to get those things out of it. Pros includes a tagger based on text blobs, fast and accurate post tagger. Those comparison the performance against NLTK's implementation of tagger on the tree bank corpus. I mean, oh, train it for specific use cases. It's the Medium article again, right? I gotta log in. Oh, well, this one I can read. Oh, so why was it discontinued? Or retired? Armor Creator Avail, command line tool that brings code like linting to writing. I also wrote prose and natural to Go programming. Actually, that might not be a bad solution. Because being able to break things down into nouns and what would a distance be? Adjective. Maybe that might be useful. Just to know. Full list of supported pause tags is given below. Yeah, none of these things are supported anymore. Not that they need to be supported. Maybe they just work. But this is unsupported. Usually when people close things down, it's for a couple of reasons. Maybe they just didn't want to support it anymore. Or they're using it somewhere else and they don't want it to be open source or something. Okay. Well, I'm not getting what I wanted out of ChatGPT here. It did lead me to some things, but I was wondering if it had some way of like being like, yeah, here's the regex that you're looking for, right? You know. But it's just doing this for one specific method here of a sentence, which is the within kilometers, miles of some location, right? Which may not be that bad. Like, the thing is like, here, let's take one of the examples that they gave above. Here, let's just do it with the take the following sentence and break it down into locations and distance apart as a JSON payload. Like, ChatGPT is really good at this. and you can do something like, please just take the JSON payload, and for each location, return an array of generic map location types, tags, representing that location. So like a hotel could be a hotel, motel, inn, right? A tourist attraction. Okay, accommodations, lodging, 4-star hotel, tourist attraction, landmark, points of interest. Yeah. Like, that's what I want to figure out how to do. I'm thinking that ChatGPT might be the only way to do this. Well, that was a fast exploration. I think I might have to do some more benchmarking with ChatGPT or figure out how to fine-tune these things so that it does respond faster because it knows what to expect. Well, thanks for joining me. I mean, that's really it. Like and subscribe, right? All right. Have a good night.